Hello, this is Charles1K92 here, and today is day 4 of the Metal Gear Solid 5 countdown. Yep, 4 days to go until we get Metal Gear Solid 5. Cannot wait. So today on this countdown, I would like to tell you guys, or inform you about Mother Base. That's right, the base that Big Boss owns and has his army sitting there waiting for his every order and waiting to be sent on the next mission. But it's more than just going out into the world and finding new soldiers via Fulton Recovery or from volunteership, if that's possible. So, as far as we know, there have been 2 mother bases that we have gotten to know. The latter is the one that we know now, well, in the sense for Metal Gear Solid 5, while the former is about Peace Walker's mother base. Now, let's talk about Peace Walker first, so we get kind of like the gist of what a mother base is supposed to do. Mother base is a place where Big Boss can manufacture his own weapons, train soldiers, send those soldiers out into to do their own missions, and also to I think to find new intel or maybe find new recruits. It's generally whatever you want to do to help your base grow. That's what it was in Peace Walker. And in Peace Walker, there were different struts or different platforms that done different things. So, the first platform or strut that you had was the command center strut / platform. This is where most of the soldiers probably got, in the case of, let's say, Story, was where the intel team was based and where, soldiers got their orders from. This is from Peace Walker. To the right of the command center was the research and development team, where they helped design and create new weapons. It's also where they created Metal Gear Zeke from the scrap parts from the AI weapons and helped develop Zeke's AI from the fallen down AI Metal Gears from Peace Walker. It's also where the weapons are manufactured, and I'm going to guess where the medical team helped create new anesthetic weapons like tranquilizer rounds for the Mark 22 Hush Puppy and for the Mosin Nagant. Another bit they would have done as well is for the sleeping gas grenade, mines, and they might have done some research on the Carl Gustav Fulton Recovery rocket for Peace Walker. So yeah. To the north of the Peace Walker mother base was where the barracks was. This is where the soldiers lived, trained, and that's also where the mess hall was located, so that's where they ate as well. To the west of the command center was the hangars. This is where they stored every Zeke customizable part and spares that they had. So like different Zeke heads, spare legs, the railgun, the radome, the armour. But it just didn't house that, it also housed many different varieties of helicopters, tanks, APCs, and I'm going to guess as well maybe some aircraft. Other forms of aircraft like planes and such. And maybe boats as well. But we never encountered these during the game, so we're only going to guess that as his mother base grew to a particular size, Big Boss had a different variety of vehicles that his military could use. So, when the base was fully completed to 100%, it goes from small to pretty big. So, as I described, you have the hangar there, which is where everything's kept vehicle-wise. Down here is the support. So, like for if Snake wanted to have more ammunition, he'd just simply fire down kind of like a signal flare or a supply drop grenade or package or whatever, and Mother Base would just send a cardboard box into the vicinity where Snake was, and Snake will be replenished with ammunition or maybe a different weapon. So this location here is where the research and development team are. This is where they get this is where you get the new equipment stuff made, to sneaking suits or fatigues, to even battle armor, and maybe some stronger helicopters or whatever. I don't particularly know, but you know, it's what research and development does. Although it wasn't the thing that they did in game, but in reality, that's probably what they would have done. And as I said, to the north is where they have the military barracks, where the soldiers eat, sleep, and do whatever. And then in the central bit here is where the command center is. So I'm going to guess the intel is somewhere nearby, and other things. Ooh. But that was old Mother Base. And since Ground Zeroes, we lost all this. So all that hard work that we did in Peace Walker has now gone. So a bit sad, really, but not much we can do about that. But we can look forward. And that looking forward means a new Mother Base. So, a new Mother Base which is now run by Diamond Dogs. No longer run by MSF, it's just Diamond Dogs all the way now. And since Diamond Dogs is based upon revenge and getting their vengeance back on the ones that hurt them, they are going to be needing a new base. And this base is somewhere located in this area. Seychelles, I think it's called, but Seychelles. Seashells on a seashore, whatever, you know, Seychelles. It's located near a place near Afghanistan and Africa. So it's somewhere in between that ocean, near the Indian Ocean, I think it is, to be a bit more precise. So this is a bit more information saying, like, during at some point in the 1980s, Diamond Dogs was founded at some point. They got themselves an offshore plant, modelled it after the doomed base. Ocelot helped with the construction, along with maybe Kaz as well, since he helped make Diamond Dogs and inspired the troops to, you know, be ready for Big Boss's return. So, yes. But we have to rescue Kaz from the Soviets in Afghanistan so he can, you know, become second in command again, which makes sense. There's a load of other stuff here. So we have the command platform. This is where we can increase our unit's capacity. So if, let's just say, at level 1 we can only have 50 soldiers on the base, by upgrading it to level 2, can be like 150, you know, that kind of thing. This is also will be found on the forward operating bases. It's similar to Mother Base, but forward operating bases is a new feature where you can have a forward operating base which will be somewhere out in the world, and it will gather resources and new material that you wouldn't necessarily find in the single player side of it. Since forward operating bases are mainly like a multiplayer thing, they can be turned on or turned off, and the risk about having a forward operating base is that it's not just you who has these bases, you have other players around the world who will have their own forward operating bases. And what they'll try to do is they'll try to raid you and take whatever you have. So what you can do with these forward operating bases is deploy soldiers there that will help defend key areas. But it's not just that, you can also have cameras, gun cameras, drones which are similar to the ones that were in Metal Gear Solid 2 that had the camera and the gun thing. Or you can have just, you know, they'll just have cameras and they'll fly around particular parts of the base to spot the enemy. There's also detection mines, I'm guessing, as well. So if the enemy player trips one of them, it sends an alert, and the enemy, well, not the enemy, but you as the defender, your soldiers will naturally go over there to investigate. But you'd have to be there as well to help, you know, secure the area. And the main objective for the enemy is to get inside the command platforms. Is the command platform which is on the forward operating base. to steal perhaps intel or information about whatever it is. But as the attacker can also take your stuff. So